Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer.com. Today on our 2017 Honda Pilot, we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Helium Pro 2 bike rack. Now, one of my favorite things about this bike rack is that it's going to be made from aluminum, so it's going to be incredibly lightweight and easy to handle. We're also not going to have to worry about any rust or corrosion issues either. Now, our rack is going to hold our bike down in 3 spots. 2 straps here on the top tube, and this strap down here, that's actually going to be an anti-sway strap, which will help prevent any side-to-side movement. That way your bikes don't touch each other or your bike doesn't touch the back of your vehicle. Now, this rack can hold up to 2 bikes. However, if you need an extra one, Thule does make the same rack, except in a 3-bike version. Now let's go ahead and remove our bike. That way we can take a better look at the rack itself. To do it, it's very simple. We'll come here to our ratcheting straps, push down the lever, and pull the strap out. Once we have the straps out of the way, just grab our bike and set it off to the side. Now, it's always a good idea to put your straps back down in place, that way they don't get damaged. Now, with our bike out of our way, we can take a better look at our cradles. And these is where our frame of the bike is going to sit. They're actually a soft rubber. That way we're not going to have to worry about any scratches or abrasions on our bike's frame. The ratchet straps that hold them down on the bottom side actually have a soft rubber on them too. And once again, you're not going to have to worry about them scratching your bike up. Now, one thing that I think is pretty neat is that our rack actually has a built-in lock. That way when our bikes are on our frame, we can loop it over the frame rails and plug it in. And that'll help prevent any theft. Now, with the rack in this position, it is going to extend the overall length of our Pilot. By exactly how much? From the bumper to the edge of the rack here, it's going to be about 31 inches. So keep that in mind when you're backing up or parking. Now, when you're not carrying any bikes, the arms here do fold down to help free up some space, say if you're going to store it or you're just driving down the road and prefer that cleaner look. To do that, you would just pull up this lever and push down. Now, with our rack in this position, we'll see how much space it actually saved us. So from the edge of the bumper to the end of the rack, it's going to be about 18 inches. Now, as far as the ground clearance goes on our bike rack, from the ground to the lowest point here, that's going to be right about 13 inches. Now, that is fairly high off the ground, so you shouldn't really have any issues, but it is a good thing to keep in your mind if you're going up or down really steep hills. Now, obviously with our rack in this position, we're not going to have a whole lot of room to open and access our rear hatch, but there's a solution. And all we have to do is come down here, lift this lever up, and our rack will actually fold down. With it like that, we're going to have more than enough room to get anything we might have in and out of our car. Now, down here at the connection point, our bike rack is going to work with both 1¼ and 2-inch receivers. So that's perfect if you have multiple vehicles in the house with different size hitches. It's also going to have this knob, which when you turn it, it's going to act as a stabilization device to remove all the slack or play, if you will, out of our connection point. And that's going to give our rack a nice tight fit with our hitch. As you can see, as I move our rack around, it's actually moving the whole car, and we have no play in our connection point.
Let's go ahead and take a look at it on our test course. Up first is going to be our slalom, which is going to simulate side-to-side action, like evasive maneuvering or taking a sharp turn. And now our alternating speed bunch, which is going to simulate driving over uneven pavement like potholes.
And that'll do it for our look at of the Thule Helium Pro 2 bike rack on our 2017 Honda Pilot.